Hello, Fish Snatcher. First to come to say hello to me. Keto Homesteading with Jess. Hello. D. Griffin. Thank you. Thank you guys for showing up. This is my very first live video. My wife said I talk all the time, but I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to have anybody show up at all. But so far, I got 8 people here. Sapphire Diamonds and Pearls. Lawfrey Larson. Homestead Aquarius. Thank you guys for showing up for my live stream. I'm going to talk a little bit, but I'm going to just talk about some things, that we always talk about. I'm not going to be on here too long. I mean, unless I get a lot of people, then I may stick around longer. Hello, D. Griffin. Hello, Sean Keel. Hello, Maggie G. Hello, Red Road Homestead. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say here in Ohio where I'm at, it's 11:55 going on midnight. And I wanted to make sure that I get this done while my grandson was asleep because he will be running around. He's 3 now. So that's enough of that. Let me get straight to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to mention when I was a kid and I was young and people used to make fun, and I used to make fun of made in China, made in Taiwan. I mean, especially if you were coming up in the 60s, it was all a joke. We used to laugh about the stuff we used to get at Radio Shack because it was all made overseas, made in Taiwan. And now everything is made in China or Taiwan, or someplace overseas, We don't make anything anymore. I remember I used to like the commercial Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on. See, because I'm a little bit older than most of the people that watch my channel. And I just wanted to say we are in trouble. I mean, we are in an economic trouble. It's coming. I mean, people are leaving New York and they're leaving San Francisco. They even leaving Toronto, the bigger cities, because they can work at home now. It don't make sense for them to pay the high price of mortgages or rent, especially in New York and in downtown places, because now you take your computer, you go home, and you do it from home now. Let's see what it says. Pulse Jet. Hello. It says it was made in Japan when I was growing up. Trump, in fact, turning some of this around. I hope he do with the trade tariffs. But right now, we're in trouble. I mean, the budget expires at the end of the month, the federal budget, we was only good up until the end of September. So we got to get a budget passed, and I want to see how they're going to do that when they can't even pass a stimulus package for the people that's out here that's in need. There's a lot of people out there in need. Like I said, I'm in the city of Cleveland. I'm in the inner city, and I see people all the time. I got neighbors, I got friends, I got relatives that are out here struggling. I even had a few people that I know, the landlord was on the verge of putting them on the streets. I mean, they can't help it. They lost their jobs. And, so I'm just saying, the money, it's a money crisis out here for a lot of people because a lot of people are still not working, Like I said in my last video when I was talking, people out here, well, what in my last video, people out here before all this virus thing hit was out here protesting about a living wage. They wanted to make $15 an hour. You know what I mean? $15 an hour. But most of them, they still making 8, 9, 10. If they're lucky, maybe they might make 11 or 12, but nobody's paying $15 an hour. I mean, that's why a lot of people want to stay on the unemployment because they're making more on the unemployment than when they were making $8, 9, $10 an hour. I mean, that's the way it is. It's all about the money. And right now, we're in a crisis about that. See, people might say we're not, but it's true we are. you know, with China and Russia teaming up trying to eliminate the dollar from being the major currency. Yeah, and then a lot of places want to switch over to the Bitcoin. So we are definitely in trouble when it comes to that. You know, and then, you know, we got the food crisis. You know, people say there isn't a food crisis. I don't know if you haven't been to the store lately, but if you check the prices on meat and canned goods and try to find some, I'm gonna tell you right now, I got some Campbell Hardy soup that I like, a certain flavor. I like to get chili cheese and mac. You know, it's Campbell's. It's a Hardy Man soup. Can't find it in any store. In any store, you can't find that. You know, because a lot of people, they're buying and they're putting the stuff away. You know, they're putting it away because winter's coming. And if you know what I mean by winter, winter's coming. And speaking of winter, from what I understand, Tuesday, the Rockies are going to get hit with a snowstorm. I mean, it's 90 degrees there today, but by Tuesday, it's going to be 30 degrees, and they're going to get the first snowstorm of the year. See, it's already coming. So don't be shocked when you start seeing snow fly, because this weather's so crazy and things going on up in the atmosphere that we don't understand. You know, with these meteors, every time I turn around, there's a new meteor they find that's going to miss the earth. They're going to hit the earth. They're going to go through the earth, I guess. I don't know. They always talk of that stuff. I have no idea because I'm not an astronomer and I don't have a telescope to actually see it for myself. Let's see who we got here now. I see you 812. Yeah, he's here. I see him. Yeah. Following the first corona check. Red. Yes, it's good. All right, like I say, bear with me because, like I said, this is like public speaking to me, and I haven't spoken in the public since I had to speak at a middle school once when I was working for my job. But other than that, it's been a long time since I actually spoke live to anybody. It seems like a meteor or a comet is hitting the earth every month. That's what I just said. That's true. And they always say it's one coming. Matter of fact, I mentioned about the one they said that's coming election day. That's going to be interesting. Like I said, it's always something. I mean, and we have no control over this information because a lot of the news that we do get, you got to really surf through it because a lot of it is fake. I mean, it may not be fake, but it's not factual. I mean, it probably might be what they're talking about. It might be true, but it might not be true to the extent that they say it is. You know, they might be adding on to it to make it seem like it's something worse than it is. You know, like that last comment that they said came and missed the earth because they didn't see it because it came out of the sun. That's okay. You know, it missed the earth. We didn't even know about it. So why blow, the whole thing out of proportion like it was going to be an extinction level event, which is not. Then they got everybody up in the uproar about this virus that's coming. You know, not the virus, but the vaccine that's coming because they got all these different companies competing against each other instead of working with each other to see who's going to be the first one to get this virus out here for us to. The vaccine out here for us to take. So I don't know. Hey, Tony, our cabin in the woods is here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm getting used to it. Now I'm working this. I can see this and see what's going on. Yeah, so if you haven't checked out Tony's channel, you should check out Tony's channel. He just did the meatloaf challenge. I seen his meatloaf he just did the other day. So so like I said, the news is just something that's gonna scare us anyway. I mean, we just got to keep a level head. That's what I really want to tell people because I mean, whether you go east of the Mississippi or west of the Mississippi, you need to just stay calm. I mean, people saying things are gonna get worse here, things are gonna get worse there. I mean, but we all on the same planet. We all on the same continent. We all are Americans, so we can't let the news media decide on what we're going to do, because we got things going on around us that are already dictating what we're going to do. I mean, we got these crazies out here that's burning up stuff. You see, 100 days, 100 days in Portland that there have been riots. 100 days. Can you imagine? That's like a war zone. Every day for 100 days, you watching something burn. You watching somebody fight or stabbed. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like that except, in a war zone, 100 days. Some wars haven't been fought that long. Yep. But you know what they say? History is yesterday, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift, because it's a present. So I don't know. That's what they say. Matter of fact, my ex-sister-in-law, Curlin Cunningham, used to say that. Yeah, so I don't want to take credit for her saying. Yeah, but like I say, as far as bear with me because I will drift. Because we're under extreme stress here in America because I have never seen this country like this in my life. I've been around for quite a few years. I mean, let's see. I think who was the president before Kennedy? Truman? I think it was Truman. Yeah. So I don't remember Truman that much because I was a little kid, but I remember when Kennedy got elected. That's how long I've been here and able to see how things were, because a lot of us, we're going to have to probably end up going back to those days in the 60s where we're going to have fallout drills and stuff at the schools because we're going to be at war pretty soon. I mean, let's face it, China, they're not our friends, and I do believe that money that we owe them, we ain't going to pay them because of this virus. And I mean, I may be the only one that's thinking like that, but I think that's going to happen. I mean, because let's face it, they can't force us to pay them. And we're talking trillions of dollars here. And we had take that money and balance out our budget, because our budget is, well, how can I say, it's in trouble, with all this hyperinflation out here. So we might do that. I mean, I don't know exactly. Hello, West Coast Tribulation and Prepper Camper and Agoraphic. Oh, shit, I messed it up. Adam. Yeah, so bear with me because, like I said, I'm not used to this right now. Maybe I get better. I don't know. So, like I said, so I mentioned earlier that a lot of places, the major cities are, like I said, especially San Francisco and New York, people are leaving. I mean, it's not so much the virus, but they just can't afford to stay there anymore. And when you get cities like the Big Apple and San Francisco on the East Coast and the West Coast, that's why I say East meets West. When you get big cities like that and people start to leave because of the economic situation, something is wrong. I mean, we don't want to turn into what happened to Detroit when people started to leave, where the criminals started to take over and stuff like that. But it's getting bad. And if I were you and I was living in a small town out there somewhere, I would keep an eye out and see what's going on, because a lot of these people that are leaving these cities and the cities right now, if you're going to escape, let's say, a SHTF event and you needed to go somewhere, when are you going to leave? You're going to wait till it happens, or you're going to leave before it happens? And a lot of these people that have the means for hello, Detroit Prepper. I just mentioned your city. No offense. I had nothing bad to say about Detroit. My sister lived there for a while. She lived on one of those streets where every Halloween they set our street on fire for me. So she moved. But anyway, hello, Red Bank from New Jersey. So anyway, from Red Bank, New Jersey. Oh, okay. Civics. All right. I'm not going to even try to butcher your name. Excuse me. That's not the virus. My throat is just dry. So like I said, a lot of these people are leaving these cities. And, just like when we were coming up and we had malls, indoor malls, there are no more malls. I mean, there may be a scattering of malls. There might be one in Minnesota. I think the Mall of America is in Minnesota. Then they got a couple of more in Texas. But as far as indoor malls are, they're a thing of the past. They carrying them down, you know. And like I said, they want everything to be futuristic. I mean, that's all this is, the 21st century. You know, we're going to be like something out of RoboCop, where the kids are going to be learning by computers. This might be the new norm. Matter of fact, I am going to say this is the new norm. This is the way it's going to be from now on. It's always going to be like this, except it won't have a virus. We would just have people working from home because it's easier for the corporations to pay them that way, and they won't have to have a brick and mortar building to pay rent and stuff on. And it's also easier for kids to learn from computers. Supposedly, I have no idea how that's working out, because when I was coming up, when we first got our calculator from Texas Instrument, the TI calculator from Texas Instrument, all it did was multiply, add, subtract, and divide. I mean, that was it. We thought that was the greatest thing in the world. That was in the 60s. So, and all this stuff is like new. Now everybody got their own cell phones, and they got all this technology. We even got a space force, you know, and I'm wondering exactly what we're going to do with that, because like I said, I'm old school. And like I said, I've been around long enough to see a lot of changes in the world, a lot of changes in the country. And it's getting bad. And like I said, I never seen groups like Antifa before. I mean, they've been around a while, but they finally found their niche. They found the way to infiltrate other organizations to turn them into violent organizations. And you don't know who these people are, but you know it's them. See, they like leeches. They slowly move into your group, and they latches on, and they march with you, and then as soon as they get an opportunity, they pull out all this stuff and start breaking windows, starting fires. It's just crazy out here. It's crazy out here, and people seem to not understand that that's not the way this thing is supposed to work. And I don't understand why people don't just go out and arrest them. I really don't. I really don't understand why people just don't go out and arrest them, because eventually it's all gonna come to an end, and if people don't understand that, I just say, I'm drifting again. I'm just saying that if we don't get ourselves spiritually ready, because the end is gonna come, and we don't know when it's gonna come. You know, we can wake up tomorrow and all hell done broke loose, and then it is too late. Because if you ain't ready, if you ain't got your preparations, that's why I tell people, start putting away stuff. And most of the people that watches my channel and watch this, they do put away stuff. But I'm telling them now, they better get ready for the winter, because this is going to be a hot winter. I mean, not a hot winter. It was a hot summer, but it's going to be even a colder winter. It's going to be a colder winter. And if you're not ready and you don't have a spare generator, but please don't use a gas generator in the house without ventilation, where it could get outside, because people in Florida and Texas, they used generators when Lauren came through, and they didn't have the ventilation and they died. But I'm just saying, if you do get a gas generator, make sure you got ventilation, you know. But I'm just saying, but if you don't, and you got, like, I got a couple of electronic portable generators, and plus I got a small solar generator, because I'm not going to be in the dark, not in the city. Because see, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If one thing happens and everything goes bad, I'm in the death zone. I mean, because see, the city's gonna burn. And I don't have enough stuff to stop the fires from burning my house down or stuff like that. But the city's going to burn. And then once they get finished with the cities and nothing left, they pick the bones clean, they're coming to the rural areas. So you guys better be prepared. You need to get together with people of like mind and talk about, when strangers start coming. Don't try to wait to the end and start saying, "Oh, we need to get together now." You need to get together before that happens, because a lot of people are gonna have to evacuate the cities, and a lot of people are just gonna leave the city on their own. You see all these militias out there forming. I mean, you got all kinds of militia. You see all of them gonna be forming up, and if stuff go bad, that you're gonna have to deal with them. You're gonna have to deal with them because, like I said, all people are not bad, but all people are not good either. Hey, Jack Pine Savage. Okay. Tony, our cabin in the woods say put plastic bags over your windows, Ray. Oh yeah, you're right. I do got matter of fact, I got an extra tarps, and I got giant plastic bags that I do keep for that. Plus I got wood. See, now my windows, I got plywood. I got some you know how you make those fences with chicken wire and stuff like that? I got some chicken wires, 12 gauge chicken wire. Actually, it's fence wire, but they use it making chicken wire. Okay, plus I got some green board. People say, what is green board? If you ever had your bathroom remodeled and people come in and they put that stuff behind the plumbing on the wall, like drywall, but they use green wall. And that's what I use. And the reason I'm gonna use that on my windows because we get a lot of rain. It might happen in the wintertime, and I don't want the wood to get wet and start smelly and moldy, but the green wall would soak up the moisture. And plus I can cut it because it's almost like drywall. And if I have to put like gun ports in it, I can. That's why I'm using the chicken wire, because it's sturdy, and plus it's wide enough for me. I ain't talking about the little thin chicken wire. I'm talking about it'll be like maybe that wide or something like that. Where actually, if I have to defend my property and shoot through the openings in the wood and stuff, I could do that. I mean, but like I said, I got quite a few windows downstairs. See, now upstairs, I'm not gonna do all that for the upstairs. I'm just gonna board them up. But the downstairs, I'm gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna do that for them, and I'm gonna have to do that because, like I say, here in Ohio, and I'm on Lake Erie. I mean, I'm literally, if I walk out my door right now and start walking north, I will hit the lake in less than 15 minutes walking at my speed. I'm that close to the lake, and we get a lot of lake effect snow. If you ever lived in Buffalo, you know what I'm talking about. You get a lot of lake effect snow. And so, like I said, it's gonna be rough, but it's all about survival. It's all about survival. When you wake up every morning, the first thing you should be thinking about is what I'm gonna do today to make my life better. You know what I mean? You get up, you say your prayers, you get yourself going, and you go ahead about your day to day. And say, what can I do to make things better? Hey, there goes John Coffey from Unpaved Explorer. Matter of fact, he lives in Ohio. He lives about 10 miles away from me. He's out in the suburbs. I know where he lived at. I know the area. I used to play softball out there, softball world, back when I was younger. Yeah, that's something that's wasted on the youth, they say. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: it's a blessing to get old, because the alternative is death. All right, then. Okay. Hello, P2E. How you doing? All right. So, like I said, I tend to drift. I get up here and I will start talking, and I was want to talk about one thing. Next thing I know, I'm end up talking about several other things. But that's what I do, because I be talking. So anyway, like I was saying, I was talking about the east and west. I'm not talking about the east side of my city or the west side of my city. I'm talking about the east coast of the United States and the west coast of the United States. And I was talking about San Francisco, and I was talking about New York. And when all these people leave, and they're not going to be paying taxes on their properties anymore, that's going to hurt the economy out there too, because a lot of these cities and stuff out there are borrowing money right now just to keep their head afloat. A matter of fact, most major cities are borrowing money to keep their heads afloat, and that's why they were so concerned about the new stimulus package, because they wanted to make sure that they were going to send some stuff in there for the local governments so they could get some money in there to do things. Because let's say it's going to be bad. I mean, when this economy do crash, and I do believe it's going to crash. I don't know when. It might crash before the election. It might crash after the election. But anyway, it's going to be bad. And that's another thing, the election. Man, it is going to be bad. I mean, whoever wins. Because to me, they both the same side of the same coin. I'm just going to tell you like that. Me, I'm a believer in the Second Amendment. And that's what my allegiance to. Okay, see, I heard that they gave us the First Amendment, free speech and all that, but they also gave us the Second Amendment to make sure that they keep our First Amendment true. See, without the Second Amendment, there is no First Amendment. Just so you understand, that's why I'm a believer in the Second Amendment. All right, so like I say, I get the drifting. And there was an earthquake out there in, what was that? The Philippines again. So I watch the Philippines a lot because I have friends out in the Philippines that support my channel, And I had a real good friend. He passed away the last time they had a real big earthquake. They had a 6.6 earthquake. And the last time they had one, he passed away. He had a heart attack. His name was Henry. He's from Mississippi. Matter of fact, they just had a ceremony there for him this week. And there's a lot of people that we know that's on our YouTube family that's been sick lately and injured lately. I want everybody to say prayers for them. I'm not going to mention them all, because it's a lot of them out there that's been sick and hurt and stuff like that. Like Wendy at Spitfire Red, she had broke her hip. So I just want to make sure that everybody say a little prayer for them. Keep them in mind, keep your YouTube family in mind and stuff like that. So anyway, what's that? It said, not the same, sir. Trump is pro-American. All the parties are proven Marxist. If you say so, like I say, I don't like any one of the parties. I think both parties are the same. Look at these people. They've been in the office 40, 50 years. Look at them. Look. Don't get me started on politics, because I'm not going to discuss politics. Because you look at Nancy Pelosi, she thinks she's above politics. She can just go and, while other people can't get their hair done, she can. I mean, it's the same coin. It's the same coin. Neither side want to give up power. If they had a new party come in right now, they would destroy it. Because nobody, neither one of them wants to give anybody else the power that they have. They got the power, and they're not going to give it up. They've been in it too long. That's why when they get new blood, they run out there and they fight over it. Oh, I want you to be a Republican. Oh, I want you to be a Democrat. It don't matter. I mean, it's the same coin, and we just got to pick the best candidate or whoever they may be. So I guess you could say I'm an independent. So they can try to get my vote, which ain't gonna make much difference, I guess, because this is just gonna be bad. Whoever wins, it ain't. I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't gonna be no civil war, because I don't think Americans are gonna go out there and start shooting each other over politics. At least I don't think they will. At least I hope they won't. I hope they not, because it just don't make no difference to kill each other off, because we'll be fighting for the next 200-300 years. It won't end. It won't end. And then the other people that's out there that's waiting for something like that to happen, the warmongers, the Russians, the Chinese, the Koreans, the Iranians, and the people at the UN that's waiting for us to start killing each other off so they can move right in, because they're gonna say, like especially China, gonna say, well, we got assets in America. We want to protect our assets. We want to protect our holdings and stuff like that. So we're going to send our troops in there to protect our holdings. You know, and the UN ain't gonna say go ahead. You know, because they're gonna be afraid. Because without America to be the watchdog, you know, well, we were the watchdog. I don't know where we are now, but because with all this stuff that's going on out there now, we just being overlooked. Yeah, but all this started back in 1947 with the Truman Doctrine. You know, he started all this stuff, and then you had the aliens and all that other stuff out there, you know, with Roswell and stuff like that. 47, 48, and 49 was interesting years. If you ever pick up a book and look at it in history, you'll learn a lot. You'll see what happened, especially with the Green Line situation and all that stuff. And you know, Trump said he wants to buy Green Line. He will trade Puerto Rico for Green Line, which I thought was kind of funny. But anyway, all the millionaires, just follow the money. All the billionaires, I should say, none of them are here. None of them are here. They all moved. They all in New Zealand and they all in the Greenland. That's my dog. But anyway, they all moved. And that should tell you something. You know what I'm saying? All these billionaires, they all moved. And like I say, when the ships start to sink, the rats leave first. So I don't want to make them mad at me because they might call the people at the whatever control this YouTube thing and say I was saying some things I shouldn't be saying, but let's tell the truth. It's all about economics. It's all about rich and poor, the have and the have-nots. The rich is always going to have more influence than the poor. They can buy their way in. And you hear people say it all the time, and I have said it before. This is corporate America. Matter of fact, you hear it all the time. That would make America great, corporate America. And Frank McIntyre just sent me a message. That's corporate America, capitalism. You know, that's what makes America great. We're capitalists. That's the difference between us and communists. You know, even though the communists want to break us down and make us like them and infiltrate our elections and our media and take down our infrastructure so we can be like them, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, they wanna hurt us, especially Putin. They want to hurt us because we hurt them. You know, when we under the Reagan administration, under Reagan administration, when he came in and he told them to tear down that wall, you know, and they did Gorbachev. That was great. I mean, I was working at the post office then, and we cheered when that wall came down. I mean, we stood up and we just cheered. And now it was not the same. This country haven't been the same since then. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm missing stuff. Maybe I'm out of touch. I mean, maybe we got too much. That's what I'm thinking. We got too much. It seems like we falling behind. I know we falling behind in education. Now I'm thinking we falling behind in manufacturing, but we don't really have anything here to manufacture anymore because they sent all our jobs overseas. I mean, hey, Coach Cherry. Hey, 88, Mark 86. Hey, Josh Connor. Hey, snatching your mentals. Okay. Hey, try it, buy it, make it, and sell it. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. But anyway, like, okay, I remember when I first got out of school and I came back and I wanted to get a job. We used to have, up here, we used to manufacture a lot of clothes and stuff. We had like the Richmond Brothers Company, which made suits. We had Bobby Brooks, which made clothing and stuff like that. We had Campus Sweater. Campus, I don't know if y'all remember Campus Sweaters. They made a lot of sweaters and stuff. We had like a big garment manufacturing district down here. You know, we had a GE plant. We had, everybody remember the Mack truck, Bulldog on the Mack truck? Well, we had the Mack truck factory was at the end of my street, basically. You know, I walked down there, go to play ball at the park, Lakefront Park. Yeah, and all that's gone. All that's gone. We used to manufacture Mack trucks. We used to manufacture, like I say, sweaters. We had the GE plant. We had all this stuff. We don't make anything. They moved all of this. I worked for a company once, and in the middle of the day, they called everybody down. They had us all lined up. They had these long tables sitting out there, and they told everybody to line up. And we walked through these tables, and they had your name written down in the book, and they told you they're gonna give you this week's pay. They're gonna give you 2 weeks' pay, and they're gonna give you a vacation check. And that's all you got. And this is back in 1980. They gave you that. I walked out of there with $1,400. I thought I was rich until I tried to find another job because all the jobs were leaving in. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, it's just crazy. And we haven't been the same since. Now people, they say, well, why don't we make these masks and why don't we make this? Because all the masks was coming from, we had to wait for them to come from China because everything we got is sent overseas. We don't even make TVs anymore. We used to make a lot of TVs. I mean, they were everywhere. Curtis Matthews used to make TVs. They had the best TVs. I mean, but people want things cheap now. They want it cheap, and that's what they do. They get it cheap, and it don't last. They go out and get another one, and then they complain about the quality. Like I say, we used to laugh when I was coming up. Everything was made in China or Taiwan because, that's the way it was. But anyway, like I said, I really didn't want to get on that. I wanted to talk East meet West. I'm not going to talk that much longer. I'm probably, like I said, this is my first live. I am not used to talking up, but I'm gonna get better. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch this and see what I did wrong, what I need to do. Maybe I need to make a lot of notes or something like that, because I did make a few notes just in case I started to drift. Matter of fact, I even wrote down some jokes just in case, in case I be on here longer. And so some people think I'm funny, but I don't know about that. But it can get bad. It can get bad. But let me try one of these jokes on you because I did write it down, so I did want to say it. Okay, this guy, he got a job and he was working at the morgue. His first day on the job, the guy was showing him the ropes. The guy said, if you have any problems, dial this number, call me up, and I will help you. Okay. So he's in there and they bring his body in and he's got to prep the body. They got the body on his table and he goes over there and he flips the body over and he starts examining the body and he looks and his body got a cork in his butt. And he looks and he said, wow, what's that? So he reaches over, he pulls it out, and all of a sudden it started singing. Kenny Rogers. Got it singing The Gambler. So anyway, he pops it back in and he started to panic because he's in the morgue and he goes over to the phone. He calls the guy. The guy comes down there and he says, what's the problem? The guy says, look, check this out. And he reaches in, he pulls it out, and starts saying Kenny Rogers again. Got to know when to hold him. Know when to fold him. Then he pops it back in. The guy looks at him and says, you called me all the way down here to listen to some asshole singing country music. Yeah, it's one of my old bar jokes when I used to go to the bar and we sit around and tell jokes. But anyway, I wanted to use that because I had wrote it down anyway. I didn't want to forget it. But anyway, Frank Evans, hello from California. How hot is it out there? Did it hit 100 yet? They say Palm Beach was 116. Yeah, because it's supposed to be hot out that way. But I said it's going to get snowy in the Rockies. I mean, it's 90 now, but it's going to get down to 30s by Tuesday. See, the weather, that's really the main reason we have what we have, the supplies and stuff we have, because that's 100,000 watts for 11 hours. Oh, okay. Okay. So anyway, we really prepare for the weather, but like I say, please, because I'm begging everybody right now because the winter's gonna be bad. I really believe because last year we had a semi. It wasn't really that bad here, but some places got hit. But I think everybody's gonna get hit this year with bad weather. I think it's gonna snow in places that haven't snowed in years. So I'm just saying, make sure you got your food, make sure you got your water, make sure when you got your car, make sure you got a bug out bag or get home bag in your car. Make sure you got a blanket. Make sure you got things that you would need in case you get stranded on the road. And make sure you got, like I said, extra heater. Matter of fact, I did buy another Big Buddy heater, the Big Buddy heaters, propane ones. Yeah, I did buy another one of those just to be on the safe side in case I have relatives have to stay with me or something like that. Because, things are tough out there for a lot of people. And a lot of people already said that they might need to come here for a while. Matter of fact, I did have one of my relatives stay with me for a while, for about 2 months, lost their job and everything, but then they got another job and they back on their feet. But like I say, this pandemic and everything is a monster, and it's hurting a lot of people. And like I said, I'm gonna leave y'all by saying this, and I'm gonna try to elaborate on it so that the government don't come get me, because the only thing I'm afraid of is the men in black, because they would torture you. I'm serious. Don't put nothing past your government there. They will want to know everything that you know. You've been known to disappear, or if you were in Cleveland, you've been known to found dead in your cell. All right. So anyway, when they come up with this virus, this cure for this virus, this vaccine, I'm not gonna take it. I don't really believe that I need to take it, that I should take it. I believe it's gonna do more harm than good. And I think that everybody within the sound of my voice, you're gonna have a decision to make, because I do believe, and I do believe in God. I believe in Bible, and I believe that we heading for some bad things is gonna happen. The devil and the Antichrist and all this stuff is already here. And I do believe that that's why we're having so much trouble in the world. But I'm going to just say this. I do believe that this virus and this vaccine might be part of the mark of the devil. Because why do everybody in the world going to have to take it? I mean, it just don't. I mean, maybe that's just conspiracy theory on my part. But, I mean, take it if you want. I mean, go ahead. I don't live my life. But I'm trying to hold on to what life I got left, And I don't want to try to short it by taking something that's going to put in my body that might kill me. Like I said, I was getting a flu shot every year for the last 15 years. I would go get a flu shot. I mean, I only got sick once. I only got sick once. I think that's when they had that swine flu out. I mean, I was sick. But other than that, I would get it every year. But this year, because I'm afraid and not too much stuff frightens me. I'm going to just put it to you that way. I'm not frightened, but this scares me, because I don't really know exactly what it's going to do now. YouTube might pull this down, pull this video and tag it and says a coronavirus video and get rid of it and stuff like that. But this is not. This is just my honest opinion on what I would do. And I don't want anybody else to do anything that they wouldn't normally do. I mean, if you feel that it's safe for you, take it. I mean, go ahead. Like I said, I was taking a flu shot, and I know a lot of people that I work with that took the flu shot, and a lot of people that I talked to on YouTube took the flu shot will get sick, but it just depends on the body. But I don't want to take no chances, and I just can't do it, because like I said, I got people right now that depend on me for things, because if things go bad, this is the bug out location for 4 families. Okay. For 4 families, basically 9 people. This is a bug out location for 9 people, plus my family that's here. So I got to make sure that I stay safe, stay alert, and stay awake, and keep my head on the swivel to make sure things go as they're supposed to go, and make sure that when they do get down here, if they can get down here, that things will be all right for them. So, we have responsibilities, and other than that, it's been good. Weather's been good. My health's been good. I lost 31 pounds total since February. So I'm walking every day. I'm doing good. I'm really walking. I'm not just walking. I'm walking where I could actually make some time. Like if I had to, like I said, if I had to walk down to the lake, I could make it. And because like I said, if you ever see my very first video I did, it was like 55 and older, handicapped and disabled and stuff like that. I consider myself disabled because I do have arthritis. I got it in both hips and both knees, but I learned to work with it. I do the heating pad, I do the ice. It depends on what the situation is. One for loosening up, the other one for swelling. So we do what we can do because I don't take any kind of pain pills. Because I'm afraid of getting hooked. I don't take none of that morphine stuff and nothing like that. I seen what they could do to people, and I don't want to do that. See, I guess I just hate to put anything in my body except bacon. I like bacon. Not Commander Bacon. I'm just saying pork. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I told you I tend to drift. I really do, and that's why most of my videos, when I make them short because I go straight to what I had to talk about, and then I don't have to get to the point where I start drifting. Yeah. Okay. Homestead Aussie. Hello. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Tony. I see what you're saying. Yeah, indeed. Yep. Like I said, it's kind of interesting when you're doing this in this live video, because when you're doing live, you're sitting over here and you're watching yourself over here, but everybody else is over here, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? And you're trying to read as you go. But I'm keeping up. Like I said, I'm getting used to it. This is not bad. This is my first one. And like I said, everybody in the house was asleep except me. And my dog, he's over there. He's laying down. He ain't asleep. He's looking at me. So anyway. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Okay. Somebody wanted to know America's future. What's next? I don't know what's next for the American future. America's future is not written. It's not written in stone. It could change. There's so much stuff going on out there. But like I said, if I really wanted to go off and start talking like for another hour or so, I would start talking about all the conspiracy theories that's out there. As well as I know, it's tons of conspiracy theories. As far as population control, as far as the role of the American government and prophecy and all that stuff. It's just stuff out there. And like I said, we can only deal with what we can deal with. We can't control anything else. Like I said, yesterday was history, tomorrow's a mystery, and the day is a gift. So we got to just live in today right now, because this is our gift. The president is our gift. And we're going to have to deal with that right at this moment. Like I said, people are leaving the cities. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I was talking about East and West before I got sidetracked by myself again, which I do. When I was in school, I used to do that too. I get up there and start talking in front of the class about stuff, especially history, because I like the history. And I get sidetracked sometimes. But anyway, like I say, the East Coast and the West Coast, we both the same. Some of us are going to be in big trouble. The only difference is the weather. Right now, the West Coast is burning. Fires. It's fires out there. And I feel so bad for those people, because, it's not their fault. Then you got fools out there, because you got some people out there that actually setting this stuff on fire. So I can't understand it. And then you got the Portland stuff up there, the Seattle stuff. And like I said, I have never seen it like this. And like I said, people saying, well, next year will be better. And I don't understand how you can figure it's going to be better. What's going to change? The only thing might change, we might have a different president in office, but everything is going to stay the same. It don't really matter because Congress is going to control everything anyway. People should learn that by now. If they don't want something to be passed or something to be done, they'll block it. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. That's why we can't get nothing done in this country because we got both the House and the Congress fighting each other because nobody else on the same page. Nobody wants to give up power. Nobody wants to help. I mean, we stop fighting among ourselves and really be what America's supposed to be. Americans supposed to be Americans. We could actually get things done. But hey, that's the way it is. As Josh Connor says, term limits. You're right. I don't think nobody should be in office for 40 years. 40 years. You got people in there. You got people in there that don't even know what's going on half the time. You know, I don't even know. I mean, it's just a shame. You need to have new people in there, but we don't control that, and we'll never control it because they're gonna never give up power. And like I said, some people want to go out and do things to this country, but I'm just saying, don't get carried away. Just because you got a gun or something like that, or you part of a group, you think, hey, we gonna go and make our voices heard. No, you're gonna go and get yourself. Uncle Al will tell you, you were gonna go get yourself thrown in jail. You know, you're gonna end up being a subversive. You're gonna talk about, oh, I'm trying to hold my First Amendment right. No, they're gonna hit you with the subversive. And you will end up in jail. So you got to be careful what you do, you know. And like I said, and people should listen to this because if you want to make a change, do it on the grassroots level. Do it at your local city level or your county level. And then get more like-minded people, another city, just like, perfect example. Remember when they were going to take the guns in Virginia? Back here not too long ago, they had sanctuary cities. I don't know if you guys remember that. They did it on a grassroots level. Them people, they got together and they say, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pass this law and say these are sanctuary cities. And that's what they did. And that's what you have to do when you get when you want to make changes on a national level. You got to get your people in there. You got to vote for your candidate, and you got to make sure that your candidate can't be bought by these other political parties. You know, even though they might not ever be president, because as the way the Constitution is written, you got to be a Democrat or a Republican to be president. But you got to remember, before they were the Democrat and Republican parties, there were other parties before that. You know, so once you get in there and you get in Congress. You get in Congress and get in the House, and then you can make changes. You know what I mean? Hey, Annie Oakley, 77.7. Yeah. So, like I say, it's been good. I'm gonna try to talk another 8 or 9 minutes so I can be on for an hour to see how this work out. Like I said, I never did live before. I talked with a lot of people, but it's kind of strange, you know. It's kind of strange because I know Tony from was it Tony? Yeah, it was Tony from was it Tony from Wash Farms? No, it was Commander Bacon. It was Doug. It was Commander Bacon. He talked 7 hours the other day. He was on a road trip. He was coming up from where he lives at. He was going north along the coast, I think, around the Carolinas, and he was coming up from Florida, I think. And he talked 7 hours the entire road trip. He posted it on YouTube, and I watched about an hour and a half of it, and I couldn't believe it because I could never talk 7 hours. I mean, people say I could talk 7 hours, but I don't know. It'd be hard to talk 7 hours because there's so much stuff, and in my brain, stuff runs through my mind all the time. All the time. Yeah, let's see what this says. Oh, okay, thank you. So like I said, We got 35 people watching. I didn't think I was going to get 8 or 9 people, tell you the honest to God truth, because I know it's on late here in Ohio, because here in Ohio it's 12:50 in the morning. And I know in California it's a 3 hours difference, and then the central time is another 2 hours difference. So I figured I'd try to get somewhere in the middle. I wanted to do like at 10 o'clock, but I can't do it at 10 o'clock because I have so much other stuff to do. I have family responsibilities and stuff like that. We always take care of our family first. So we hang in there and we do what we got to do. But like I said, I was just wanted to talk about East meets West, because the people on the East Coast and the West Coast, that we are all the same. People in San Francisco are the same as the people in New York, and a lot of them are leaving because, like I said, they found out once. Once that the people discovered that their bosses would let them work at home. How many people, if you had a job where you basically was working in a cubicle and you was working customer service or something like that, like these people, you ever call on people and try to get something fixed on your phone, or on your computer, and you talking to somebody and they over in India or some place like that, call centers. Now, when they tell all these people that work at these call centers that they can work at home, you know how many people jumped at that situation where they can work at home? I mean, they gone. They don't have to go down to where the place is at, waste gas money. They don't have to spend money on lunch or food or whatever. I mean, they saving a lot of money, plus they working at home, plus the companies supplying the computers and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I got a neighbor. Her and her son both, they work at different companies, but they both work from home on their computers. So she had to go in 2 days a week. But the other 3 days she's on the computer, and they had to have high-speed internet hooked up to their house. So I'm just saying it happens. I mean, and that's why these bigger cities, I'm just using New York and San Francisco as an example, because you can see they movement every day, because they always in the news because all these U-Haul trucks are moving these people out because they don't have to work in those buildings no more. They can work at home. If I didn't have to work at home, or something, if I could work at home and didn't have to work in a building or something like that, and I was making, decent money, I move and get me a homestead. I move next door to Tony. I move up there. I move in a rural area, get me a couple of goats and chickens and stuff like that, have me a farm. Yep. Grow some vegetables. I'd be like Eddie Albert. I know a lot of people that's watching me right now, they probably don't know who Eddie Albert was, but he's the guy from Green Acres. Yeah, that's me. That's what I would do. But hey, it doesn't work like that for everybody, And so, like I said, I tend to talk too much, and I tend to drift, and I try not to swear. Because sometimes I can swear, because I used to be a postal worker. And in the post office, when I first came in, it was all veterans. I mean, it was 99% veterans. And if you got in the post office back then, you were very lucky or very smart. So I don't know which one I was. But anyway, it was all veterans then, because they set it aside for the soldiers when they came home and they needed jobs. They can go down to their veteran place and they can take the test and they get placed right into the post office. Yeah, guys was coming home from Vietnam back in my day. So yes, they had that like that for them back then. See, I may mention a lot of old stuff because I'm old, but I don't mind it. My wife said I'm not that old, but I'm old. I'm old. I got gray hair to prove it. I tell her this is from her, this is from the kids, and this is the grandkids starting up here. Yeah, so that's the way it is. But anyway, that's what's going to happen. A lot of the major cities, matter of fact, I see some of it here, but I don't know anybody here that actually moved out of their house and someplace else where they can do their work. But I know some people they doing it at home now. I know I got a relative. I know she's doing it at home. She's doing customer service for a bank from our house. I know, like I said, I got some neighbors over here. They doing this stuff from home. And like I say, if you could do it from home, and you don't never have to travel that 20, 25 miles into the city or wherever you're coming from, the suburbs. I mean, you can save a lot of money. You can do a lot of different things, which is a good thing. I mean, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I mean, but see, then it's the rest of us that we do got to go in because our jobs are not like that. We have other things to do. You know, like if you working for like Amazon or something like that, where you got to be in the warehouse or something like that, where you got to move the packages and stuff around, or if you're working in the post office where you got to be there, where you got to go out and deliver, it's different. But anybody else, if you got like an office job, like I said, like a call center or someplace where you can do your stuff, where you're doing logistics and you can use a computer from home, then shoot, I mean, you can basically move anywhere. You ain't got to move close to your job because your job is right there. You carrying it with you. That's 21st century stuff. Yeah, that's like the Jetsons, you know. So I'm saying because, like I said, with all this stuff, let me tell you what I'm thinking right now. When I was a kid, the biggest thing on TV for me, and we had some neighbors come down the street. They didn't have a TV. I ain't just saying it was back in the day where everybody just had radios. No, they didn't have a TV. They didn't have a TV. I don't know why they didn't have a TV. We had a TV. It was black and white. You know, with the antenna. You know, you had the foil on it and stuff like that. But anyway, the biggest thing on TV was the premiere of Star Trek. When that came out, that just totally blew our minds. You know, Star Trek with William Shatner. It just was fantastic. And now, I mean, you got all this other stuff out here. It doesn't even phase you. That's what I'm saying. Kids got video games that even, I mean, we had arcades back there with the pinball, but now they got video games. You ever see these video games? They look so realistic. I mean, the Maddens out here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I say I think I lived too late. You know, I should have been born in this generation. But then again, I say, no, I don't want to be born in this generation. I think I was born at the right time. And most people, when they're born, you are born at the right time. You're put in that right place for a reason. And so don't ever think that you're not needed. I mean, because when you were born, you were put in where you are for that reason. And you don't know what the reason is now, because nobody knows what their reason is until it come upon them, and then you'll figure it out. Yep. And then once you figure it out, then what you gonna do? I mean, you know, that's what we are. Most people, they search their whole life for, you know, the reason that they're here. Why are they here? And then once they figure it out, then they ain't got nothing else to do. You don't never want to start trying to figure out things, because see, we all put here for a reason, and we just don't know what it is. Maybe my reason was here to be on here to do this tonight. I don't know. Or my reason might have been to start this prepper channel and talk and tell people things. I mean, you know, help people out, you know, because I like to help people out with their channels. I like to help people with whatever they want to know. If they have questions, you know, that's all. That's what I do. Hey, Dominic Bashumi. Oh, okay. I hope I got that right, because that's like that guy that Steve Buscemi, the actor, and I like him. He's one of my favorites. Okay, so anyway, hey, Silent Night. Okay, yeah. So I try to read some of these as I go along, but it's kind of hard. I don't read that fast, and like I say, I don't see as well as I used to when I was 17, 18 years old, 20 years old. You know, when you get older, you got to wear glasses because, you know, you got to start to read small fine print on stuff. But it's been good. You know, life been good so far. You know, Joe Walsh. You know, so anyway, I'm gonna just let it go in about 5 minutes and tell everybody thank you for showing up. I appreciate everybody, and thanks for the thumbs up. And maybe I'll do better on my next one. I got to go back and see how it was. Some people say I did a good job, but I don't know, because I can't really tell. All right, then. Thank you, and everybody stay blessed.